Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be swatching and playing with the new palette from Sigil Inspired by Tammy Tanuka. This is the Playful Grass Snake. So this is the newest of the egg palettes. This was just released last week and I ordered it the moment it launched at like 11 p.m. my time and paid for express shipping. So it got here today and I can't wait to play with this. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I'm a non-binary Latinx scientist and lover of makeup, especially indie makeup and colorful makeup. And I have new content every week, so I'd love to have you subscribe. So this just got delivered earlier and then I had some meetings I had to sit through before I could play. So now that my meetings are over for the day, I'm going to try this out. So this is the newest of the Sigil Inspired egg palettes, which are the 6 pans. And I now have 4 of these. I have 2 minis, 2 big ones, and then I have one of their adventure palettes, which are the 7, and 2 of their book palettes, which are the 10 pan. I don't know, it just fell over there. So I'm super excited for all of the palettes they have coming out. So with the eggs, they show them as an egg and then slowly reveal the animal like hatching and getting bigger and bigger, and they release more shades as they do. And then once it's fully grown and all 6 shades are announced, it's released and you can buy it. And there's, I think, 3 or 4 more that they've already started showing bits of, and I want them all. But this is the newest one, and it is the last palette they have for the year, they said. So I'm super excited. So this is what you get with it. You get this little egg for all of these. You get this little thing showing the egg growth. So this is what they post online. So they'll show the egg for a while. One of them just hatched, and then you get a little baby. And then periodically they release a new shade until you get them all. The new one looks like it's gonna be an anglerfish, so I can't wait for that. And they have like a orange fox one coming, a basilisk themed one that's like purple and red, and then there's a peacock one coming that I really want. So as always, the packaging is top notch, very beautiful. And this is the inside. I got the full size. They also do come in minis, which are about 1/3 the size. They're really small. And this is the palette. I think this is beautiful. This is like the perfect green palette. So I can't wait to play with this. It was a little more expensive than some of the other ones, but I believe this shade is a duochrome or multichrome. I'm not sure. I definitely see at least 2 colors. On camera, it's looking kind of beige, like a sand color, but I see green. This one's a really intense multichrome kind of shade. In camera, I see like a chartreusey kind of green, but when I look at it, I see a more blue green. And then there's 2 mattes in the middle. This looks like a black shimmer, I'm not sure, but I'll swatch them all on the back of my hand. And then we've got this really bright green right here. And I think this is a perfect companion palette with their last one, which I also have a video up of, which is the Chestnut Toad palette. And I think these just will work so nicely together, because this is like green bronze. This is also an orange. This one's like a green bronze. This is just like a peachy bronze. And then you've got this dark brown and this like burgundy shade. I think these will work well together. Also with the Gazelle palette, I only have the mini of that, but that's, you know, kind of like sand and greens and very olivey. So this is the shades 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, and 101. And then if you ordered at launch, you also got a bonus shade, which was 102. I actually got a second one as well that I'm giving to my best friend, but this is the shade 102, and it's this beautiful like emerald shimmer. So I can't wait to use that. I don't know if I will today. I also got another single from them. This is 46. It's really pretty pale blue shimmer. So this is my little singles palette from them now. So I've got 3 from the Ice Fish, 3 from the Earth Dragon, this one that came as a bonus with maybe the Toad, and then these 2. So I really, really love the formula, if you couldn't tell. So I do want to swatch these, but I wore long sleeves today because it's really cold lately and damp and just very wintry here in Seattle. So I will do them on the back of my hand. You'll also maybe notice that there's a new plant right there. So that snake plant normally lives over here by the window, but we got a Christmas tree yesterday and that's probably where we're putting it. So we've been rearranging. So that's gonna live there until the Christmas tree goes away, and the Christmas tree will be right here where I have my light, so I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna film. But it's the best corner for it. So I'm just gonna go across this way, and I'm just gonna put them on my hand in little swatch, or in little rows. So 96, 90, and 97 are the first two. So this is 96 and this is 97. They both feel very silky and like their typical formula. And for anybody new here, I do have a medium olive complexion, so green things sometimes look a little more blue on me because of the olive, so that may happen when I swatch these. But these look very pretty. This is a nice pale green, and this is a really beautiful shade. It's like, yeah, it's green, it's got some bronze in there, some yellow, it's really like some gold and some like bronze. Really pretty. So I'll put that there. Yeah, that's really beautiful. So I would say that is a multichrome. And that's probably why this was more expensive than some of the others, is because it has 2 multichromes. And I think she said it won't be restocked, or if it does, it won't have the multichromes in it. It'll be a slightly different version. But that is beautiful. Yeah, that's like bronze and olive, and then a really bright green. And then there's that green. That's a really nice like sage. This is the shade 98, which is just straight up metallic, but really beautiful. And then this is the shade 99. And you know I have to use this today. And you can see it's like, this is a really intense like black base multichrome. So it's got the green, it's got some blue in there, it's got some yellow. It looks very similar to the shade Exosphere from Devinah, I think. So I'm gonna swatch those next to each other in a minute. Oh yeah, that's really beautiful. And then I'll just do it here. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, and then the last two are 100 and 101. 100 feels a little less silky than the other matte. 101 feels very soft. And actually, I will do 102 as well. So I'm just pulling that out of my little magnetic palette. So you can see that's a very dark, like blue-gray. And then this is basically the same shade as a shimmer. So it's like black and navy kind of. You can see there's a little bit of that tealy blue in there, especially against my skin. And then there's the emerald, which tend to look very blue on me. That's just a nice dark matte that did not swatch well. Oh yeah, I definitely see some blue in that as well. So this is very similar to Exosphere. And then there's the dark matte. Yeah, you can see the blue in there a little bit better when it's not in the pan. And then there is 102. So this is beautiful. These are some of my favorite tones. So if you haven't seen, I did just post a video last week swatching my Devinah and using my Devinah shadows because I got a bunch of the new ones. This is the shade right here, Exosphere. This is one of her Aurora Flares. And you can see it's also that like bright green. I see like blue when I look at this way. So I think these are gonna be pretty similar. So I'm gonna put Exosphere on this finger. The texture is different. I know these are just pressed shadows. I think Devinah's are like a liquid that they put in a pan and then it dries and they press it. I don't fully know. But so they feel a little different. This doesn't feel as silky. There's a little bit more of a particle to it, but it's still soft and creamy. It's just not like as creamy. So yeah, those are definitely dupes for each other. So, and you can see, maybe, no, I can't get that on camera, but I'll do them here so you can kind of see them over a curve. So here is Exosphere, and here is the other shade. So those are slightly different. You can see a little bit more little more chartreuse in the Sigil shade. Exosphere has a little bit less of the yellowish tone to it. There's still like a yellow gold there, but it doesn't, I don't know, it looks a little less olivey yellow to me. And then they both have a very strong blue and gold, and they're both beautiful. I'm not mad that I have two similar shades. Okay, so I'm gonna do a look. I'll do it on one and then I'll just repeat on the other. I think I'll probably, even though this is so similar to the Devinah and I know what it looks like, I still have to probably use this today just because I love it so much. And then a nice, more wearable shifty version would be these two shades with the other multichrome here. I might use this on my lower lash line so you can see both, but we'll see what I do. So, so I already primed my eyes with my Urban Decay eye primer, and then my base makeup I'll have in the description box. It's my Pat McGrath foundation again. I've been wearing it all the time since I got it. And then I have my Fenty concealer on today versus my Kosas, and those are really the only two I use. And then Kosas powder, my blush and highlighter are the new Haus Labs Casa Gaga ones that I have another video up on that I'll link here. And then I have my Fenty bronzer. And then my lips are, it's just actually kind of a clear pinky gloss from Lunar Beauty, one of their newer ones. But I was wearing a lipstick earlier that you'll see in a video probably that I'll film tomorrow, that kind of stained my lips, which actually I don't mind. I like this color. So, and I like that I have this color without having to worry about transferring. So, that is what I have on my face right now. So going in with a Sigma E38 brush, this is just a nice fluffy brush that I start most of my looks with. You can see they are a little powdery, there's some kick up right there. But these are, even with being a little powdery, are just such a good formula. I'm just gonna use the mirror in this empty palette that I have. So this is the light matte shade. I'm just gonna put that all over. And it's just a really pretty, like, pale sage. There's a pale green in the Gazelle palette, but it's a little lighter than this and more olive. But that's part of why I think they'll work well together. Like the shimmers from that with this matte, or with these mattes. I'm gonna go in one, this is literally one dip back in, and I'm just gonna make sure I have a decent amount of that all over. These shadows are so pigmented and blend so easily. They're honestly one of my favorites, if not my favorite now that I have them. And this is blending just like her others. And then I'm gonna take a little on a packing brush and just kind of rub it down here just to make sure that I have the shape that I want. So that is the shape that I want. And now, going in with a slightly smaller brush, this is a Sigma E33. I'm gonna go into the darker matte shade right here. There's that kind of like gray blue. I'm glad it's not monochromatic green. I'm not a big fan of monochromatic palettes. I'm gonna pat that right here. Honestly, these shades would also work really well with the Mist, the Call of the Mist palette that I have from them that came out this fall. And then I'm just going to lightly blend this into the crease for a little bit of depth. Need a little bit more right here. This is not the best brush for packing, but it's a really good shape for going into the crease. Okay. And then I'm gonna take just a little brush that's better at packing and put a little bit more right here just to fill in that gap that the other brush kind of created. And then I'm gonna go back into that light green and blend the two together. And then if you really want depth on the outer corner, I would use that dark shimmer. There's not, the matte builds pretty dark, but for real darkness, for real depth, my English isn't very good today. You would want to use that dark shimmer. So I really like this. These are really beautiful mattes so far. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the mattes, so I'm just gonna go straight in with the shimmers since that's the rest of the palette. And I'm just gonna take some NYX glitter glue and put that all over my lid, kind of in a faux cut crease shape, but it just really helps things stick and shine better. I prefer it than overspraying my brush. And this is just a little flat brush that I use for glue only. Put a little bit under here too, since I think I want to put a shimmer down there. I just have to go in with the really intense shade and see what it looks like. And then I think I'll use the other one on my lower lash line. And then maybe I'll try this as the inner corner, we'll see. So I'm gonna go in with 99. This is just a little flat brush. See, it picks up very well. And make sure that didn't crease at all. And then I'm just gonna spread that all over my lid. I hope this is showing up well on camera because it is so beautiful. Also, it sounds like someone is screaming outside, so you might hear a little bit of that. It's a common occurrence here, at least on the road that I live on. That is so beautiful. Yeah, it is very similar to Exosphere. And I think there is a shade from Cleona that's very similar to that I don't have. So I don't have any Cleona. I really like that. I'm gonna take a little bit of the really dark shade and put it on the outer corner just to see how that looks and how they layer. That looks really cool. Putting it over the multichrome just adds a little bit of depth. And I don't have any fallout, it looks like. Maybe a little speckle there, but that's about it. I want to use 102, but I don't think I'm going to use it today just because it's an emerald shimmer. It's really beautiful, but I want to use the shades in the palette. So next I'm going to take this little brush and pick up some of, which is 96. Yeah, 96. And I'm going to put that on my lower lash line and just see how that looks. So that's a little grungier. It's definitely like olive, bronze, and emerald. Yeah, I would say it's like emerald green, olive green, and bronze. It's really pretty. I can't wait to wear that over the lid. That's the kind of shade that I would wear over the lid to work. That's really beautiful. I like that green bronze combo. Okay. And then I have my Devinah shades, so I could use one of those like iridescent sparkly shades as an inner corner. But this does seem really bright, so I'm just gonna put a little of that on a pencil brush, put it on my inner corner and see how it looks. Worst case, I can always top it with something else. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. And it's gonna blend into that multichrome really well. I think I might put a little Devinah on top of it though. I made it a little big, my inner corner bigger than I meant, but that's fine. I think I'll take a little bit of, this is the Butter Pucker shade from Devinah that just came out as part of their Black Friday collections. I'm gonna take a little bit of that. It's like a yellow-green sparkly iridescent thing, and I'm just gonna put that there for a little more sparkle and brightness. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this on the other eye and add mascara and stuff, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and this is the finished look. I went ahead and added my Haus Labs liquid liner, and then my mascara is the Bite one that I got in that little Sephora set. I really like it. I think I like the Pat McGrath one more that came in the same set, but this is really nice. So I went ahead and just did the same look on the other eye. So I've used all 6 shades now, and I definitely won't be using all 6 shades every time I use the palette, but for a first impression, I like to do that. I'm so happy I got this. Same great formula as everything else I have from the brand. This Multichrome, even though it is basically the same as that Devinah shade, I'm not mad about that. This one is super special, and I can't wait to wear this like green bronze shade all over my lid soon. And then I just think this is a well curated collection, and I think that's what I think about everything from the brand so far. They're such unique like color stories and themes. Like if you look at the Toad palette, it's very much perfect for the theme of the Toad. You've got these like grungy neutrals with like bronze and green and stuff in them. You can see this one has a dark shimmer as well, but especially like this looked black at first, but then, you know, you put it next to this one, you're like, oh, that's like a dark brown, almost black. And this is like a dark teal, emerald teal that's almost black. So like you can see the difference there when you put them side by side. And honestly, some of the best eyeshadow quality from any brand I've ever tried. So super happy with this. This is still available on her website and on their Etsy. The Etsy is a little bit more expensive per palette. So I think like $10 more per palette because of probably Etsy fees and stuff like that. But then the shipping is cheaper, I think, because it's just like a standard shipping and not express. You can pay for express, but I think even the standard shipping is just cheaper on Etsy. So do you want to pay more for shipping or more for the product itself? But both you pay via PayPal, so it's not like you have to worry about a scam. PayPal is good about that. So I'm super excited for this. I think this is like the perfect green palette for me because it's not monochromatic green, it's green with a twist. I almost bought the olive martini palette from Glamlight recently. Similar vibes where it's like green, blue, bronze, all of that. I still kind of want that, but I'm glad I have this little guy instead. So let me know what you think of the look and what you think of the palette. I know a lot of people seemed excited for this, and I know a few of my friends bought it as well, so they'll probably have videos up soon too, so watch out for those. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video.